is not the failures of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs.
We chose this saying because it teaches us to appreciate the efforts of others and not always seek praise or recognition. This is directly connected to the current situation with Ferdinand de la Mears, or known as the Philippine Looper, during Typhoon Timon here in Negros Oriental. Even though the local people provided him with accommodations, resources, and personnel, he focused on what he felt was lacking instead of valuing the help he received.
One should not worry when others overlook their talents, but instead focus on valuing the abilities of others.
The master is speaking to the general public, especially those who seek personal growth and harmonious relationships. He is addressing anyone who feels upset when others do not recognize their abilities, guiding them toward humility and appreciation of others.
The appeal of the saying comes from its ability to connect with a universal feeling, and that is the desire to be recognized. Many people feel hurt when their abilities are overlooked, and this saying addresses that emotion gently. It encourages readers to look beyond themselves and develop humility by appreciating the strengths of others. This shift in perspective can be comforting and motivating, making the message attractive to anyone who wants to grow emotionally, build healthier relationships, and become a more understanding person.
So this is the first lesson we can get from our saying, don't seek praise. We usually enjoy compliments, but happiness shouldn't depend on them. If you constantly need others to recognize your efforts, you may feel frustrated or unappreciated when they don't, because true self comes from knowing your strengths, weaknesses, and doing your best for yourself, not for external validation. Remember, your abilities remain even if no one notices them.
The other lesson that we can get from the poem is that your problem shouldn't be that people fail to recognize it when you fail to recognize their strength and effort. It is very important also that humility and kindness must be there, and also to realize that what people can offer to you even when you feel unappreciated yourself.
Practice humility. Humility is understanding that other people has talents including you. It doesn't mean that you are boasting or looking down on others, but you are acknowledging others' talents and you can learn from other people's. So you should practice humility through this lesson.
Another lesson that we could get is to build a better relationship. So when we recognize and to appreciate on what others contribute, it would really have a good relationship. People would feel respected or being valued if their efforts are being acknowledged. And this would also encourage the word cooperation, the trust, and of course, to have or to create a better connection. And it could happen whether in school, or at work, or even in our community. And valuing others could really foster harmony and would develop a supportive environment where everyone or each one of us would succeed together.
Shift your focus outward. If you spend too much time worrying about how others see you, it can lead to disappointment, frustration, and shifting your attention outward by noticing the efforts and strengths of those around you helps you become more understanding, compassionate, and patient. And focusing on helping and supporting others, you can also bring satisfaction and a sense of purpose that praise alone cannot provide.
Another lesson that we can get from the saying is that it teaches humility, self-reflection, and respect for the strength of others. Confucius reminds us that a true virtue doesn't come from seeking praise or recognition, but rather recognizing the value of what people can offer for us.
Another lesson that we can get from this saying is that we should grow as a person. So we should learn to appreciate others instead of getting like all the attentions that we want. So it could help us to become a better person. So when we do this, we can build like different important qualities such as becoming more understanding, becoming more patient, more responsible, and this will really help us to face different challenges in a calm way and avoid any kinds of difficulties, and also can maintain good relationships from the people that surrounds us. And we should also remember that we should also remember that growing as a person is not just about winning, being famous, or like getting different appreciations from other people, but it's also about becoming gentle, humble, and responsible every day. So that's all.